If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
So first of all, let me ask you all, if your partner cheats on you, would you forgive and continue with the marriage, or you're going to call it off? And that is what today's video is all about. Hey gorgeous people, hey beautiful people, how y'all doing today? It's your girl Maria David, and I'm back again with another interesting video. Yes, this video is very interesting. A lady came out and she does like counseling and marriage advice or something on TikTok. So she came and was like, if your partner cheats on you, if you forgive him, you're very mature, blah blah blah. And people really came hard. We really came hard on her and they got her cancelled. I'm going to play a video to the end, then I'll come back and talk about it.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person. Here's why. Hello, my name is Carla, and restoring healthy mindsets is my thing. Before you get mad at me, let me explain. There are some people that are like, I could never. If he cheats on me, he's gone. And girl, all power to you. It's your choice. But today we're going to talk about the women that forgive their husband after they caught them cheating, because they don't get enough credit. And no, it's not because they're stupid. It's not because they don't know their worth. On the contrary, some women have bigger battles that want to be won. What do I mean by this? If you've been married to a man more than 5, 10 plus years, your priorities are going to be completely different. Yes, love is going to be important because, he's your partner. But especially as a woman, our priority shifts. Our main focus now is our children. Our main focus now is our retirement plan. Our main focus now is our career and how we're going to advance. Am I saying that it's hard to forgive? Absolutely, it's hard. But is it possible? Yes, it is. Especially when the woman is a stay-at-home mom. And most of the time, moms want the best for their kids. They want them to go to college, they want them to be successful, and they want them to be safe, which are valid reasons to stay in a relationship. Now, does this mean that the woman that forgives has to treat the man the same as it was before? Absolutely not. That man no longer gets the treatment that you gave him after you caught him cheating. No. That was privilege. The quality of love that you were giving him is never going to be the same because he broke trust. He broke that contract. And now the boundaries are going to be thicker and the respect in that relationship is going to have to be number one. I know it sounds extremely cold, but it's absolutely doable. And if you're a smart, wise woman, you'll know how to manage a relationship to where he treats you 100 times better. Because instead of thinking with this, you're thinking with this. It's not for everybody, but I want to give credit to those that forgive their husbands because it takes a lot of strength.
So basically, I feel like she's just saying that you should take back your partner just because you are poor, you don't have money to take care of your children, so you can stay in the marriage and not still be in the marriage, because she was like, your attitude wasn't going to change, of course, and just because you want to take care of the kids, you have to stay in the marriage. Let me know what you all think down in the comment section concerning this topic. I'd like to hear your opinion. I have few stitches to share with you that are really interesting, and I would love to share with you all. So sit down, relax, and continue watching.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
I wish women honored their pain the way we honor men's apologies. I wish that in the new year, women will learn to break those generational curses that teach you to prioritize a man's tears, whether they're real or fake, over your tears. I wish that getting your lick back meant doing anything but staying with him. You are always going to have shit relationship experiences as long as you prioritize being with him over yourself. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. And just something about this creator, she's trying to sell you something. The fact that she has all these inflammatory posts and that she does this whole femininity dating coach bullshit. She wants you to buy her course and her materials, and it will never put you in the situation to have a healthy relationship because it's all based off of patriarchal bullshit. Outside of an abusive situation, dating advice never needs to be convoluted or complicated. It's really just respect yourself enough to wait for someone that respects you.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
Go watch our video for full context, but here's my take. If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, he knows that no matter what he does, you will forgive him and he will put you through the end of the earth, because he knows that no matter what, he has this financial control on you and you won't leave him because you're scared and you feel like you can't do it on your own. Staying with the cheating man just because he's giving 50% of the household income just so that you can have a man at home, in my opinion, is not something worth doing. Now, none of us know what we would do in that situation because we're not in it, but it has also been proven that it's best for children to grow in two separate loving households than in a home where the mom is constantly suffering because she's being cheated on. Staying with a cheating man is willingly putting yourself through the emotional pain of not knowing if he will do it again and not knowing when your world is going to be turned upside down by that same man. If you're a woman going through this, I'm sending all my love to you.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
As a therapist, I can tell you that this has nothing to do with emotional maturity. Staying in a relationship because you're afraid to leave for financial reasons, because you're not ready, or for your children is valid. But it has more to do with living in a society that doesn't support women, much less single women, the stigma that comes from divorce, and how guilty women are made to feel for ending marriages and not thinking about their children and putting their needs first. So more than emotional maturity is fear of failure, uncertainty, shame, guilt that keeps women stuck in situations they don't want to be in. And although love evolves, you do have to have a certain degree of empathy and connection to be able to spend the rest of your life with your partner. We can't pretend that maintaining a hostile relationship just because we're securing our future and that of our children is emotional maturity.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
Okay guys, so this is the second time I stitched this creator for the same topic, but this is a different video. And as someone who advocates for Latinas, women empowerment, and breaking generational curses, I feel like this is something I need to address. First, I want to start off by saying that it seems like this creator experienced this from a daughter perspective. She has mentioned before that her parents went through it and that they were able to work it out. And so this is why she says what she says. I want to start off by saying that experiencing this from a daughter perspective is way different than experiencing this firsthand, getting betrayed from your partner in a marriage, first of all. Second, she mentions that women will stay and work smarter, not harder, for financial stability and for their children. These are the same exact reasons our mothers and grandmothers stayed with their husbands even though there was infidelity or there was abuse. Times change, and this mindset is not empowering to women, is not advocating for a healthy marriage or a healthy relationship or a healthy mindset, and is encouraging women to stay in a marriage that is a disservice to them. She then says that if you stay, that then you have to create thicker boundaries and you almost have to give them like the cold shoulder and you have to treat them different. And this is just mentally and emotionally exhausting. It's almost like you have to work harder to earn that respect from your partner that should have been there in the first place. We have to be the generation of women that breaks this cycle, that breaks this mindset, because it is not healthy, it is not okay, and it is not good for us. Now, while her parents may have been the exception, it's not the rule. Also, 90% of people that cheat on their partners are repeated offenders in that same relationship.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
Okay, so my friend actually sent me this. Let me just say this. Cada quien su pinche pedo en su fucking relationship. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to leave, you can leave. But do not stay with a man for financial reasons. It doesn't matter whether or not you have stayed with him through the thick, through the thin, through the ups, through the downs, if you have kids or not. Understand that your happiness should be first, okay? If you stay in a relationship for financial reasons, what are you showing your children? That money comes first? Yes, I know that you want to be taken care of, baby girl. Trust me, I know. All right? And it doesn't matter whether or not he cheated on you 1 or 100 fucking times. The fact that he fucking cheated on you and fucking betrayed you and fucking lied to you when you were the greatest fucking woman that he has ever had in his whole entire life, that is not right. And you know what? 99% of the fucking time, they're going to continue on cheating. So if you get that good percent, good for you. But if you don't, what they're going to think is that they're going to have a financial hold on you. All right? So I know that you're thinking with your head and not your heart, but put your happiness first, okay? There's a lot of men out there that would treat a woman right, okay? But like I mentioned, if you want to stay, you can stay. But if you want to leave, leave. Your happiness is first. Show your children that love is what's really important in a relationship. Yeah, money comes and goes, but at the end of the fucking day, you might die tomorrow, and what the hell are you going to take with you? Nothing. Okay? All right?
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
What's with married women basically telling other women to commit more to a marriage than they were already committing. You said that, oh, well, priorities are different now, but most of the time, those things that you listed they were already making those things a priority. So it doesn't really make sense. Um, Smart women do not stay with cheaters. There's too much that happens with cheating for you to sit here and stay with a cheater. Um, and it gets a little exhausting whenever women decide that they want to leave these people. They don't want to be disrespected. They want to go where they're loved. And you guys act as if they're the wrong ones, that they're the ones that needs to fix the marriage that they didn't break. And it's so weird to me. It's like y'all have all that smoke for these women, but none for the men that ruin their marriages. Remember, we are in this place because you did not know how to be committed to your wife and only your wife. That's why we're here. But instead, y'all make excuses. Well, men, they have like needs and oh, he pays the bills and la la la. You guys, you make excuses for men. And he said in another video again, marriage is commitment. So why are you only putting it on the woman to commit? He needs to commit. And once you step outside of not committing to your wife, then you don't get to have the benefits of still having your wife. Most of the time, women that stay with cheaters are usually stuck because they're financially dependent on them. They're desperate, or they just don't want to start over, which is still desperate. Sorry. I'm sorry, but you're not an emotionally intelligent woman for staying with a cheater. A smart woman has a backup plan, not just for when he cheats, but for if he dies or what if he leaves, because men leave all the time. They will leave their woman for the other woman. Did you forget that part too? They do that a lot. It's either they leave or they kill their families, but we're talking about the leaving part. They do that too. Then what are you going to do? Instead of promoting these women to sit here and stay in these marriages and do what they were already doing, how about you promote them to care for themselves whenever they do decide to leave that marriage and how they can navigate life after that? How about you do that?
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
She's not wrong. For me to forgive somebody after betrayal takes the strength of an avenger, my friend. You and your significant other found a way to work it out, and here's the kicker, remain faithful to each other, then I'm proud of you for having the heart to forgive something like that. Because I'm sure it took all the strength you had. But you definitely don't have to stay with someone that keeps being unfaithful. And that has a lot less to do with his cheating and more so to do with your self-worth. Because there are people in this world that will be faithful, that will think the sun shines out your ass. You don't have to stay in something that doesn't bring you complete and 100% joy. Because otherwise, what's the point? For real. We get to pick our own partners, pick a good one. Please pick one that'll have sex with just you.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
So just go watch the rest of their TikTok and whatnot. There's nothing against her. I hear she does pretty good videos, good advice. But anyways, I might have to disagree with this one because emotionally mature because you forgive a cheating spouse doesn't resonate good with me at all. I don't think that's right. Just sounds kind of like you're getting coerced into, forgive a cheating partner. Nah. I think you're more emotionally mature by deciding to leave, not giving that individual another chance to cheat again. Because one, you're going to know that you're going to be by yourself for a while. Because you're not just going to jump into another relationship and go from there. No, you're going to take time to heal. You know what I mean? You already know that there's going to be a lot of trials and tribulations. You already know the dating world sucks right now. You know all of these, but yet you respect yourself. You had a respect over your feelings, and you'll be out there again. So I think that's more emotional maturity right there. Picking yourself over this individual that didn't give a rat's ass about you to begin with. Because at the end of the day, cheaters choose to cheat. Not like they just slipped and fell. You know what I mean? So remember, to me personally, cheaters are always going to cheat. So I think you're emotionally mature when you put yourself first and decide you don't want to be in a situation where you're never going to be content. You're never going to have trust for this person. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, that's that later.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
I really tried to be open-minded as I listened to her perspective, and I just couldn't. Coming from someone who's been working on breaking generational curses, I truly believe this is a type of mentality our grandparents, great-grandparents, or even our parents had. It's just, así son los hombres, te tienes que aguantar. And it's really sad that we aren't progressing and seeing that times are changing. We no longer have to stay with men just because we want that happy family or because we depend on men financially. I truly believe that emotional intelligence is not allowing abuse, and I could never forgive someone, especially my husband. Cada quien, ¿verdad? But I was just in shock that this was even what she really meant.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
Enough. Enough with mentally abusing women. Enough with trying to brainwash women into staying in shitty marriages. You forgive a cheating husband, you're stupid. He will cheat on you again. He has no respect for you when he cheats on you. And if you forgive him, even he will disrespect you even more. Even men said it. Even men came out and said it. When a woman forgives them for cheating, they don't take her seriously. They don't respect her after that. I don't know what mentality you have, but you still stuck in the Middle Ages. You still brainwashed. Stay for the kid. He cheated on you. Just shut up. Stay for the kid. This argument would have worked years ago, not now. This brainwashing that if you leave an abusive marriage, that you're selfish and you should sacrifice your own sanity, your dignity, your self-respect just for the kids. You raising kids in a house where the father is a cheater, piece of shit, you only teach them to take abuse. You teaching these kids it's okay to take abuse. You teaching the boy it's okay to cheat on her and on his wife. You teaching your daughter it's okay to be with an abusive man, a cheating piece of shit. Enough. Have self-respect. Take your dignity and walk out. You can raise these kids by yourself in a respectable household. Not where a cheater, a piece of shit, making a fool of you, making you look stupid. Forgive, forget, sacrifice. You're not a good mom if you don't sacrifice. You're not a good wife if you don't let him walk all over you, make you look stupid. And if you decide to leave, then you're selfish. You're not a good mom. How dare you not sacrifice, stay with a cheating, abusive piece of garbage just for the kids. Enough with this bullshit.
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
This video got so many stitches. Please go watch the video for full context. But here is my unsolicited opinion about this. I have so many things I want to bring up. But first of all, I don't think emotionally intelligence was the right word for this whole situation. And she brings valid points that I want to talk about before everyone drags her and drags me in it. My opinion is that when you build a life with a man that you're married, and you guys have a system, let's just say you're a stay-at-home wife. You stay home, take care of the kids, and that man goes and works. Now, it's literally stay-at-home mom is a fucking job, okay? And a lot of people don't understand how that frees up the man to pursue his career goals, to do that. You know, sometimes women want to be stay-at-home moms, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're financially dependent on your husband, then I can understand why you would be hesitant to leave. And I just want to say, this is one of those situations where I feel like you're fucked if you do, and you're fucked if you don't. And our mothers and grandmothers stayed because of financial reasons and security reasons, and that's understandable. But also understand that in esos tiempos things were different. Like you would be looked down upon if you were divorced. Is it right? Fuck no, it's not right. Should you leave? Fuck yeah, you should leave. But the way shit plays out in fucking divorce, separations, child support, it's never going to be fair. And I am such in agreement with the whole, like, if you ever get pregnant, you sign on to be a single mom, because unfortunately at the end of the day, you're the main caretaker for your kids. So if you're in a situation, let's just say you're a stay-home mom and that dad actually fucking contributes more than financially. I'm talking about taking them to the doctor, picking them up from school, and actually helping you out, then I could see why you would want to stay. But if you stay, you lose your integrity. If you leave, you lose your integrity. It's just a fucked up situation. And this is why I get so angry when it's like women will always get the shitty end of the stick. If you can leave, girl, do that. That's why it's so important to have your own money and to have your own thing going on. But understand that not everyone's afforded that opportunity. And it's just...
If your husband cheats on you and you forgive him, I think that you're a very emotionally mature person.
What a funny little way to say doormat. I find that interesting. I really do. I have never known nor met a woman who did not regret taking their man back after they cheated. There's not one alive. You're deluding yourself. You're deluding yourself to make yourself feel better. Whatever you got to do to tell you, sure. But stop getting on this app telling women that they need to forgive deal breakers. Stop. Just stop. What is wrong with y'all?
So, cheating is a very painful thing when it comes from the man or the woman, any of the partner, whoever you're hurting, really feels us, because we've actually going against the commitment, the vows you guys made together to stay together through thick and thin. And I feel like, but then if the person eventually go against the vow, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to just call up the marriage or like give it a second chance? I'm going to say my opinion here in this video, and here is my opinion. First of all, before you decide to cheat on your partner, I feel like your brain already tells you I'm doing the wrong thing. You already know. And when you decide to do that, or you did that, or before you do that, why don't you just talk to your partner and be like, these are the areas that we're having issues with. Why can't you sit down and resolve it instead of going outside to resolve it? That is one. But if you eventually decide to cheat on your partner, you are aware 100% that you're doing a very wrong thing. Now, I feel like it now depends on your partner, because if you cheat on your partner and you went to confess, definitely you feel so remorse, you feel so sad, and you already know what you did and you're sorry about it. You went to confess, and probably the partner can accept you back if it's not so intense cheating. Probably it's not a family member or a friend, probably someone she doesn't even know or he doesn't even know, then it's okay. But then if you are feeling sorry because you got caught, there's another different thing entirely. I feel like if a cheating partner is feeling sorry because he or she got caught, you cannot really stop that cheating, because if you didn't get caught, you will still continue whatever you're doing. So now, back to the question. Are you supposed to accept your cheating partner or don't? My own is, if it's the first time, I feel like you should just give it a try. Everybody can make mistakes. We're not all perfect. We can all make mistakes. You can give it a try and see how it goes, but be at alert and know that this is like a progression. You want to see how things are going to work out. But then when you decide, when again the person is doing it continuously and doing it to your face, like disrespecting you while doing it, then you can just walk away from the marriage. I feel like that's the best way to do it, because if kids are involved, and especially when kids are even involved, that's when you should walk away, because you let your children know that you don't accept something like this as a normal human being. Nobody treats you like, nobody is able or should treat you like this if they claim they love and want to be with you. So regardless of you being poor, you don't have money to take care of your children, I feel like self-respect, self-humor, and also your children's mental health comes first before you start thinking of how to take care of them. Yes, so how to take care of them, you're not going to be lazy, of course. You definitely hustle to take care of yourself and your children. But thinking about just staying in there just because you don't have money to take care of your children, because you're a stay-at-home mom, I feel like that's a no-no. That's really a no-no. You should always try to have your alternative, because it's already a reoccurrence thing, and it's not only going to affect you as a person, it's going to affect your children. But if there are no children involved, I would say you can stay as all you care, because you as an adult, you can handle whatever situation. Because your children are involved, or kids are involved, or a child is involved, you need to actually do things that will benefit your child's mental health, your future, and all of that. And that is my own take concerning it. So back to the question, do you forgive a cheating partner? I will say yes, if they are really sorry about it and they don't go back to it. But if it's on a recurrence thing, I think you shouldn't. As a woman, you shouldn't. As a man, of course you shouldn't. And yeah, that is it concerning this video, and thank you so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.